Leonardo da Vinci, one of history's most brilliant minds, is renowned not only for his art, but also for his numerous scientific and engineering designs. Among his many inventive concepts was a precursor to the modern tank. Leonardo's tank design is one of the most iconic illustrations from his notebooks, demonstrating his visionary thinking in the fields of military engineering and mechanized warfare. Leonardo da Vinci's tank design, often referred to as the armored car or fighting vehicle, was created around 1487. The design was intended to provide soldiers with a heavily armored, mobile fortress that could advance on the battlefield while offering protection from enemy fire. It combined several innovative features that were far ahead of its time, though it also faced certain practical limitations. Here are the key elements of Leonardo's tank design. 1. Shape and structure. Conical shape. The tank had a distinct conical or turtle shell shape, resembling a large circular dome. This sloped design was intentional, as it could deflect projectiles fired by the enemy, similar to how modern tanks use angled armor to increase protection. Armor. The exterior of the tank was covered in thick metal plates, providing protection from enemy arrows, crossbow bolts, and small cannon fire. Leonardo understood the importance of armor in ensuring that the crew inside could operate safely while under attack. Wooden frame. Beneath the armored exterior, the structure was reinforced with wood to provide stability and strength without significantly increasing the overall weight. 2. Mobility wheels. The vehicle had multiple wheels for movement, similar to modern-day armored personnel carriers. It was designed to move across the battlefield, propelled by human power or, as some believe, by horses. The wheels were fixed in a circular arrangement under the tank, allowing for movement in various directions. Crank system. Inside the tank, Leonardo designed a system of cranks and gears to be operated by the crew. These cranks would turn the wheels and move the vehicle. However, there was a critical flaw in this aspect of the design. The cranks were arranged in such a way that they would cause the front and back wheels to work against each other, making the tank difficult, if not impossible, to move. Number 3. Weaponry cannons. Leonardo envisioned the tank to be equipped with multiple small cannons mounted along the perimeter. The cannons would fire outwards in all directions, providing 360-degree offensive capability. This made the tank a mobile fortress capable of inflicting significant damage to enemy troops as it advanced. Firing mechanism. The cannons were to be fired through small portholes in the armor, allowing the crew inside to remain protected while still engaging the enemy. The placement of the cannons on all sides meant the tank could be used to charge directly into enemy lines, firing in all directions to maximize its effectiveness. Crew. The tank was designed to be operated by a small crew of men who would work the cranks to move the vehicle and fire the cannons. Given the manual nature of the propulsion system, it likely required a significant amount of manpower to function. Inside space. The interior of the tank was cramped, with just enough room for the operators and the firing mechanisms. Leonardo intended the crew to be fully protected within the armored shell, allowing them to advance on the battlefield without exposing themselves to enemy fire. While Leonardo's tank design was ingenious and visionary, it was not without its flaws. One of the most significant issues was the aforementioned crank system. The way the cranks were arranged meant that the wheels would rotate in opposite directions, preventing the tank from moving effectively. Some historians speculate that this might have been a deliberate flaw inserted by Leonardo to prevent the design from being used in warfare, as he was known to have conflicted feelings about his inventions being used for violence. Another limitation was the method of propulsion. Using human power to move such a large, heavily armored vehicle would have been extremely difficult, if not impossible, on rough battlefield terrain. While Leonardo may have initially considered using horses to pull the tank, there was no clear method in his design to integrate animal power into the vehicle. Leonardo da Vinci's tank design was never built during his lifetime, likely due to the technological limitations of the era. However, his concept laid the groundwork for future innovations in armored vehicles and mechanized warfare. His ideas predate the development of the modern tank by several centuries, demonstrating how far ahead of his time he was. The idea of a mobile, armored fighting vehicle became a reality during World War I with the development of the first tanks used by the British and French armies. These early tanks, like Leonardo's design, were intended to break through enemy lines and provide a mobile, protected platform for offensive operations. While the technology and propulsion systems were different, the basic principles of armor, firepower, and mobility were remarkably similar to what Leonardo envisioned. Leonardo da Vinci's tank design stands as a testament to his genius and foresight. Though it was never built, the design demonstrates his deep understanding of mechanics, warfare, and innovation. His armored car remains one of his most famous engineering drawings, symbolizing his relentless curiosity and ability to imagine a future that was centuries ahead of his time. Despite its flaws, the tank design is a powerful reminder of Leonardo's boundless creativity and the lasting influence of his ideas on modern technology and warfare.